Hello family and welcome to Kamy Ideas. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you receive notifications whenever I upload a new video. In today's video, I want to give you updates on the ongoing nursing postings for the year 2021. Once again, the Ministry of Finance has given clearance to the 2019 batch of nurses and midwives for their permanent postings. And I want to just tell you what happens during this process. So what happens is after your nursing school, if you do diploma and degree, in degree you go for 4 years, diploma you go for 3 years, and then when you do certificate courses you go for 2 years. So if you do degree and diploma and you are done with school, you have to do a mandatory 1 year rotation. You are only given the license to practice as a nurse or midwife after you are done with your national service. That's for the diploma and the degree. And this is not applicable to the certificate nursing because they don't do national service. So when you are done with your service and you get your PIN and your license, the posting is not just automatic. So you have to wait for a while as to when the government will be ready to employ you. And then when it's time is due for employment it's a lot of process. It's not just automatic as well. So what happens is Finance Ministry will clear you that you are qualified to, like, they be giving clearance. You can now be employed into the government sector. Okay, and then they will give a letter to Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Health will now distribute you according to the number of regions and the needed nurses and midwives in those regions. So when that is done, during the clearance, you are all, if you are part of that particular batch they are employing, you check to see whether your name is part of you have been cleared by the Ministry of Finance. Okay, so you have the process, you check, and then there's a procedure and all that. When you are due for the postings, everything will be communicated to you. So you check to ensure that you are part of those who are getting the permanent employment. So if you check and your name is not there, then you take the necessary steps. Yeah. So if you find your name as being part of the clearance for the year, Ministry of Health will give a date and time for the portal to be opened. And it's just like when you are applying to a nursing school, they open the portal for you to apply to the various nursing schools, and then when you are done, it closes. So the permanent postings too is almost the same thing. And the difference between that one and the permanent posting is, with the permanent posting, you choose regions. Unlike the nursing, when you are going to a nursing school, you choose the name of the school. But with the postings, you choose regions. You don't choose the hospital of choice. Within the portal, during postings, we have Ministry of we have Ghana Health Service, we have the teaching hospitals, and we have the child hospital, police hospital, and all that. So a lot is on the portal. Okay, and I've done a video about the types of hospitals and all that. So if you've not watched it, go and watch it. Okay. So what happens is, if you want to work in a place like Kolebu, CCTH, Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, those ones, you apply directly to the hospital. So if you don't want to work in a teaching hospital, you have to apply to a region. So maybe you want to Greater Accra, when the portal is open, you choose Greater Accra and then you apply. So what happens is that the portal, they give quotas. Okay, Ministry of Health will distribute that maybe Greater Accra this year is getting maybe this number of nurses, Central region is getting this number of nurses, Northern region is getting this number of nurses. Okay, and now we have about 16 regions. So they will distribute the nurses according to the regions. And then, so the portal, when portal is open, it's first come, first serve. So during those times, you need to, before the portal opens, ensure that you get a very good internet access, because that is very key. It's very, very important, because during our time, I didn't get, the portal had been opened and then I was struggling with the internet connection, due to where I was staying. And I wasn't able to access the portal that night. So the following day, the region I wanted to apply was full, so I just have no option than to apply to maybe a region I didn't like. Yeah, so that's how it is. So it's first come, first serve. So if Greater Accra is taking about 2,000 people, and then you don't hurry, or you are not there on early enough, and then about 2,000 people have applied already, then you are automatically out. So when the portal is open, and then maybe Greater Accra or maybe Ashanti region is taking about 1,000 people, and then 1,000 people have applied, you also wanted Ashanti region, but 1,000 people have already applied, that particular quota will be closed for Ashanti region. So when you go to the system, you won't see Ashanti region anymore. So if the number per region is full, the region is deleted from the system. So it will be deleting until finally all regions are full. Okay, so what happens is that when you choose the regions, you have maybe under CHAC, or you choose under CHAC, or you choose under Ghana Health Service. They will not distribute you to the various hospitals. So that's how it is done, and this is a very important moment, because maybe you've been wanting to work in a particular region, okay, and postings can send you to where you've never planned to, and then under Ministry of Health you are told to go to where your services are needed. Okay, it isn't just about where you want to be. So what happens during these processes entails a lot of things. Okay, it deals with time, and then it deals with internet accessibility. In this year, the postings have come really a bit like late. Okay, postings usually were done in the early part of the year. So this year they'll be starting work somewhere 1st December this year. So I say congratulations to all those who have been cleared, and all those who are happy being employed. I say congratulations and welcome to the family of staff nurses and staff midwives and nursing officers. You are all welcome, and enrolled nurses. God bless you all. Now I want to talk about something very, very important. Okay, and this, in as much as we want to go to our region of choice, hospital of choices, without that thing you will not be happy wherever you find yourself, and that is l'argent. Okay, that is money and like salary. I'm not in other fields of work, so I will just be speaking based on where I find myself. That's under Ministry of Health. In terms of payment, this thing is wahala. Sometimes payments delay from postings, even from national service. Sometimes your money will not be coming on time. It will take several months. You are working with that salary for 9 to 10 months, and you are not being paid. Okay, but the money will be accumulating, and they will pay you you get your money, all right, but you will not get it immediately you start your work. You start your service. And the same applies to permanent postings too. As you go to begin work, if you don't prepare financially to make room for your accommodation, and then your feeding and all that, and you don't have a support from home, it's going to be challenging. That's why whenever I talk about nursing, the student nurse, national service personnel, the money you earn, don't just squander everything, okay? Because during your permanent postings, if you don't have any support and you are the one taking care of yourself, it will be very, very challenging. For instance, you come from Greater Accra region and you are posted to a very far region. Let me say you've been posted to Western region, or maybe you're from Western region, you'll be posted to Greater Accra region, and you have to go and look for your own accommodation. You'll be feeding, salaries are not coming anytime soon. It will be a very big, it will be challenging. Okay, so what happens is that Ministry of Finance will always tell Ministry of Health to make sure that they process your documents on time so that your salaries can come early. It's always stated in their letters, but then maybe due to the large number of people, I think this year with the number of degree and diploma nurses are by 11,200 and something for this particular year. Public sector is not just any organization, like they don't just do things anyhow. So if they want to rush things, maybe it might not go the way they would want it. Okay, so salaries are what I have problem with. It will not come on time, but you will definitely be paid your money. So for instance, I wait for about 7 months before I was paid, and they paid me they will pay you from the month you start work till when the money will come. So your money will be they'll be saving your money for you, so it's not a big deal. So that's what I have to share with you today. At least I've told you something about your future to come. Those of you who are in first year, second year, third years, you should know that this is awaiting you. And those who have gotten admissions to report to school to, it's for you. So this is nursing for you. So we are in it and then we are enjoying it. So nursing is a nice profession. And if you find yourself inside, embrace it, embrace the challenges. So this is what I have to share with you today about the nursing permanent postings for the year 2021. So stay tuned and then see you in some other videos. Bye.